Yo, we'll get it right in a second. Hold on. Hold on. Wrong view. God bless America. What is going on, y'all? It's the Crypto Remora yet again having trouble with Restream, not getting my views right. But what is going on? Good to see you out there. Welcome to us. Hit like, hit subscribe, all that good stuff, if you will, please. There we go. Got it straight now. Yeah, Wes is MIA yet again. I'm gonna have to scold him about that. But yeah, hopefully we can still have a nice, productive show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a minute. Please, if this is your first time, hit like, subscribe. We go over all the latest and greatest stuff in crypto world. Keep you up to date on Bitcoin, Ethereum, your favorite shite coins, and all that good stuff. Teach you basic investing principles, teach you the basics around crypto, NFTs, gaming, all that good stuff. So please take a second and hit that like button if you can. We appreciate it. Let's dive right in and see what is going on in the world of crypto, because I've been very busy with music myself personally. What the freak is going on here? Give me one sec, y'all. We don't want that. That's not what we want. I want that screen with this here. There we go. So let's see what's going on. Oogle and girly pictures over here. Let's go to Sierra Crypto real quick and see what's going on the wall. I think that's where we're at. I haven't even checked the price of Bitcoin all day, actually a couple days. As you are in this world longer and longer, you end up not doing that so much. You don't watch the price every second of every day. You learn to walk away for a few days and come back to it. And that is what we're doing. What is going on, Daniel? Good to see you in here. Good to see you. Like I said, I think Wes is still adjusting you guys to his new schedule. So we're gonna still cut him some slack. Found this the other day. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Wes and I used to work in kitchens long before we did this, and I put a post up. This is actually our restaurant we were going to open when we were going to open a fine dining Italian restaurant called Nick and Mix, and this was our menu. We actually sat there and thought about all this and designed the menu from scratch and came up with logos and, you know, tried not to make too complicated of a menu and whatnot. Pretty damn cool, man. And I found this in my file cabinet the other day, so I posted that on Twitter and also the picture of the handwritten menu here. Pretty cool. This is what we did. We were both in restaurants for 25 years. So this is really what our background was as far as the blue collar trade goes. But this is a really good menu, very solid menu. So Nick and Mix, man, fine Italian. We'll see if we want to go back into business. I think part of getting into crypto was to get away from the business, not have to be in a kitchen. But if we have... if we do really good, maybe we will open it up one day. Arbitrum hauling ass up to 45 cents. Still a fire sale deal on that. I think we will scroll a little more. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go back to the home page and see what else. Lily. Oh, we got Lily, a Cardano girl. Hodl altcoin daily. Coinbase CEO, hackers are demanding 20 million in Bitcoin from Coinbase, threatening to leak customer data. Well, okay, so that's news to me. Anyone heard this yet? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Coinbase back in the day, give Cook a like. Coinbase back in the day let me open an account and then didn't let me finish it. I went through their university, so I was supposed to get all this free crypto. Got to the end of it, and then they shorted me. They wouldn't let me open my freaking account. Cost me Uniswap, which I wanted to buy. So I couldn't buy my Unibright, Polkadot, and Unibright, and there was one other one. Anyway, I tried to open the account specifically for a certain token. I don't remember which one it was now, but I had to have Coinbase to get that token. So I went through all these hoops, only to get to the end of it, and Coinbase would not allow me to open my account. So obviously the coin that I wanted started ripping up in price. So I was sitting there with FOMO on the sidelines, hating it because it was Coinbase's fault that I didn't get in when I wanted to. And this coin just took off running. So I wrote Coinbase a message and I said, you need to fix this. I've uploaded all my information, blah, 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 blah. No response. Sent them 8 more messages for a total of like 10 messages I sent them. Horrible customer service, no return email, no return nothing. So as far as my information goes, I don't know if they even have any of that on there. Good luck with that. But horrible customer service. If you use Coinbase and you like it, good for you. I'm still pissed that I didn't get it back in the day, and they still owe me crypto as far as I'm concerned. So I wouldn't recommend Coinbase. I would recommend other options. I'm not saying I'm glad they're hacked. If you are using Coinbase, that sucks. Make sure you try not to keep your crypto on exchanges, you guys. It's one of the things we teach you on the channel. Try to be decentralized. It's the whole point of crypto. Just put it back if you got to. That's the whole point of crypto, is to be decentralized. So you don't want to make a habit of keeping all your money or your stuff on the exchanges if you can help it. What you want to do is you want to try to get your crypto onto a ledger or something, onto some sort of decentralized device where if an exchange does get hacked, your shit ain't on there anyway. So it's good to have all these accounts. And it's also good to have backup accounts. So if you have a Coinbase, get a Robinhood too. If you have a Robinhood, get a Gemini too. A Crypto.com and Robinhood are the two I recommend most. They're the easiest to use. Crypto.com is not the easiest to use, but it's reliable. Robinhood's reliable as well. There you go. And so I would recommend having multiple exchanges just in case one goes down. You're not limited, and then you're screwed. The bull run takes off, and then you can't buy a token or sell a token because Robinhood's down or because Crypto.com's down. Well, if that's the case, you got a Gemini account over here already set up. And my advice to you, before this bull run gets crazy, stupid busy, and it will get crazy, stupid busy, before it gets that crazy busy, make sure all your apps are up to date. Make sure they're all updated. Make sure you got your passwords. Make sure you have a password book with all your shit written down. Put it in a safe. Put it wherever you got to put it. Practice good record keeping of all your passwords and your all that kind of stuff, and make sure you have all your apps, and make sure you have 2 or 3 backups. Like I said, in the bull run, it gets crazy. People go on and they go crazy trying to buy, and shit crashes. Shit breaks. It happens. So when that happens, if Crypto.com goes down or Robinhood goes down or whatever goes down temporarily, you're not screwed sitting on the sideline like, oh, this is my only account. No, already have those accounts set up. This is the time to do it right now before the bull run gets stupid. Do it now. If you only have one account, go sign up for 2 more. Have a backup plan, you guys, because I promise you, when it gets busy like that and when all the noobs come in, they're not coming in yet, but when they do, you want to have those backups. You want to have them because stuff's going to crash and you're going to need somewhere to go to buy other token or sell it centralized exchange wise. You're going to need it. So that is definitely good advice. Cook or be cooked. Man, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to have to. I was hoping Wes was going to be on here to ease the burden of what's going on with crypto Twitter. I may wait for the detailed conversation about that, but that is not going to go unspoken. We will talk about that. We will talk about our feelings on it because this channel does keep it real. I've not heard anything directly other than another project was started, and there's a lot of rumors going around and talks going around. I'm not sure what happened. I'm all these knuckleheads. As far as supporting the project, I'm not going to not support them just because Robert left or didn't leave, Bob left or didn't leave. That's the dev. I want to get more information before I comment or say anything because I don't know what's going on, and I haven't been in the spaces for a few weeks. So I'm not really going to comment. I think I'm going to wait to really speak my opinion on that because I need more information. I don't want to speak without more information. Well, it's good to see that they're still at it. Jesus Christ. Oh, crypto. I leave for 4 days, and this is what happens, you guys. We leave for a couple of weeks here. Shred cooking. I know I'm just doom scrolling, guys, but give me a break. I haven't been on here in a minute. Dave Portnoy on XRP. What if that's the next? Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, XRP is not the next Bitcoin. You know what, though? This world's so fucking crazy. I can't even say that anymore because you never know what the hell's going to happen. Maybe that's what they're trying to market it as. I wouldn't touch XRP with a 10-foot pole, but you guys that are holding it, if you're making money, congratulations. You know, make that money. I don't care what you're making it with. Make that money. Zella Boba, give them a like. These guys are on Arbitrum. Hackers are demanding. So this is apparently the biggest news so far. It's looking like this hacker thing with Coinbase. I don't know. That's probably late news now at this point. So Jeb's back. I know everyone's been busy. I guess it's time to dive into some price action, you guys. Let us see what the hell is going on price action wise, because I don't think it's a whole hell of a lot, you guys. Not sure it's a whole hell of a lot going on. 3.4 total global. 103 sitting above 100,000. Not bad. Ethereum, the little engine that could. We told you guys last week at 1,500. Ethereum up $1,000 since we told you not to sell it and we told you to buy it at 1,500. Crypto Remora told you to buy it at 1,500. It's at 2,500. Can you check on Pith? Just bought hoping the dip. Pith is on Solana. Is it? Sure will, Daniel. I think it is. It's a Solana coin because I think I held some of that for a while. I think I sold it, but this is it. I think this is the one you're talking about. It's a Solana coin, right? Pith Network. Wait a minute. I ain't Solana. Solana. Yeah, it is. Contracts on Solana. You just bought hoping to dip. Daniel. What do you mean just bought? Right here? Right here. I'm just teasing you anyway. This is a 3-month chart. Let's see here. Not a bad entry on the daily for sure. You're at the bottom of a little wedgie. Not bad. You know, at the bottom of this bigger wedgie. Let's see the weekly. Oh yeah, you're getting a sharp little pull up here is what I call a coil. Whenever you get a strong downward and then you get this upward sharp movement up, that's a coil. This concerns me a little, Daniel, but not in a bad way yet because look at all that. This is a market maker skipping over the floors. Remember I talked to you guys about the floor, the elevator. This is an elevator move from 15 cents to 20 cents was an elevator move. Which the halfway mark, which would be the Fibonacci level of 0.618, which is a fancy word for near halfway. So let's just go halfway. It'll be right around that level. A little lower than this here would be 17 cents, so 15 cents. I'm looking for a retrace back up to 15, 16 cents. Well, you're at that right now. Okay, that makes sense. Let's look at the 1 month. Coming back down, there's 16 cents. Where's this? 16 cents. You're bouncing on it. So you can hold here. It looks like it's wanting to build a new level of support at 16 cents. Let's go to the 3-month. You could get some sideways chop here, Daniel. Not bad, though. I mean, this is definitely a new floor. I mean, you know, 16 cents right here. You're at 16 cents right here. You're at 16 cents right here. So if you're saying you just bought, hopefully, the dip, there's 16 cents right here. Yeah, this is a very prevalent level. So I think this is a very good entry, Daniel. Let's look at the yearly chart. The absolute lowest this thing went was 11 cents. You're golden, man. That's a good entry, bro. That's a good entry. 16 cents you're trying to form. You know, this is a zoomed out chart. This is a 1-year chart, but going back to the 3-month chart, you got a lot of buying around this level. So, you know, some buying down at 14, you know, you got some, but yeah, I think your 14 cents level was broken here And even though you came down to 13 here, look what happened. Boom, you shot up, which tells me that 14 cents is tight. It's going to be hard to buy. You're at basically at a new floor for this thing at 16 cents. I like it. I like it. Good price entry on my opinion. Definitely. And this is not a stranger coin. I know about this coin fairly well. I've traded this coin a little bit on Solana before, so I think you're in good shape there. I think it has a need, a use case, and good entry on that. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's just scroll through, see some other shites. Oh, hey, don't sit on that. Yeah, that'll break. This one. That was Mom's. That's one of the few things I have left from her. I got my family in town. I don't know if he's going to want to get on camera. He'll let me know, I'm sure. But I got my little cuz in town from DC hanging out with me, watching the live stream, seeing what his uncle does. He went and saw his uncle play the guitar the other night and absolutely show these people how it's done. And trying to teach him some things because he may be starting a podcast doing gaming, right? So if he does, you better be on the lookout because that'll be a whole nother Sierra doing a whole nother Sierra podcast. And we will definitely be helping promote that and get him some people started. We got 103 on Bitcoin, 2,500 on ETH. Solana's at 170, dude. Solana's cooking. Solana is cooking. I thought Solana would still be down around $1.50. It is cooking at 170. Cardano at 76 cents. Sui, I'm curious to see Hyperliquid's at $26. God, I wanted this thing to stay lower so I could buy more of it. Damn it. But I have a bag of Hyperliquid. Look at this. Look at this thing. $10. Yeah, it ran from $10 on April 6th. This thing went from $10 on April 6th to what are we living in? What's today? May what? May 15th. So you got less than a month. Let's say you bought one of these for $10. In less than a month, your $10 turned into $26. So you got your $10 you put in, and you made another $16 to do nothing but hold hype. If you sold right now, and I wouldn't sell right now, I would hold the shit. Still very bullish on hype, you guys. Look, it's tapping resistance here and wanting to poke up more. We told you about hype. Wes got the airdrop on hype, so we were definitely into hype early. It was on my radar. Wes told me to farm the airdrop, but I was so tired of the airdrop thing that I didn't do enough research into it, and I was just like too busy at the time, and I didn't do the airdrop. But Wes was like, "Man, I'm trading on hype. I'm trading on Hyperliquid. I'm trading." He got a huge airdrop. My God. So yeah, very, very good for him to score that win. That was awesome. But I wish I would have got into it. I missed the airdrop on that, but I'm still bullish on it just because I didn't get the drop. I still think that this thing is going to cook. Nice bull flag here. Massive bull flag on the 1 year chart. This thing is going to fucking rip. I would take it from here. Let me see if I can get, it's going to change up on me a little bit. Oh, widget unavailable, huh? Okay. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, this is a nice bull flag right here. Yes, it fell down, and now it's coming back up to it. But this is a symmetrical bull flag, and this is going to rip from here to here. This will break out up into this area, which would be up into the, let's see, 10, 12. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, $16 billion market cap. We're at almost 8. So this thing is going to double. Hyperliquid goes to $50, in my opinion. This coin goes to $50 very soon. Just saying. This is a $50 token, easy. Solana. I wanted to check on the little sleeper that nobody's talking about. There's 2 of them. Aptos and Say. And Aptos is getting murdered right now. This is the coin to watch. My God. Okay. Look at this shite. Look at this, you guys. This thing ripped up. Market cap, go to price. This thing went up to $14 on the last run. This thing's poking down around $5 right now. If you're looking for a tradable coin, it's hard to trade this coin because it's very choppy, like XRP. It does do some choppy shit, and then when it pumps, it's very, you had this massive move from, 8. Well, it's not massive, but 8 to 13, and then it retraced big time, and then boom, and then had another run up to 14, and then you just got your ass handed to you. It dropped all the way down to $5, right? So this is one of those ones you got to watch. But you had from September till December, September, October, November, December. You had 3 months of a nice run, and then you got dumped on, right? So I think that'll happen again with Aptos. For whatever reason, this token trades. I think this is a Wall Street whale type token where people just bully trade it. So, but if you're good enough and you have the time to watch it, I think this is one that is a good entry. I think it's a decent project. I have several NFTs on Aptos. I've used their DeFi. I like their DeFi. I like it better than Sui. I know everybody's into Sui. I don't like it. I like Aptos better than Sui. I think the graphics are better. But yeah, I would think this would be a good mid swing trade to get into, especially right now. Everything's pumping and Aptos is down 7.4%. This is what you want to train your brain for, guys. You don't want to buy shit in the green. Oh, this is green. It's going up. Let me buy it. No. That's not what you buy. You buy what's in the red. What you buy what's scary. Okay? Because if it's scary and nobody wants to buy it and it's cheap, that means you're getting in at a good price. That means when it does pump and it's going green and other people go, oh, I want to buy it, you sell to them. That's the name of this game. If you can't understand that concept, you better get the hell out of investing because you're going to get wrecked. So rule number 1 in the game, if I'm looking at this chart and I see Aptos is down 7% and everything else is at 0, everything's dead even on the 1 hour. Even if you go to the 24 hour, some shit, XRP is down 7%. So if you hold XRP, this is a good time to buy more, not to panic and sell and get out, right? If you're bullish on XRP, this is a good little dip here. 6%. That's how I go shopping, right? If you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you go buy a new pair of shoes and they're Air Jordans, right? If they're on sale for $150, are you not going to buy them because you're going to say, oh, those are $150. They're no good. No, you're going to buy the shit because you know they're Air Jordans and you want them and it's on sale. There's a sale. You're saving money. If the token you like is down 7%, that is called a sale. It's on sale. If you like that token, is what I'm saying. So you got to retrain your brain for that, guys. I'm not encouraging you to buy XRP. I think it's shitcoin. Personally, not shitcoin because too many people hold it for it to be a shitcoin. Can't say that. It's not shitcoin. I don't own any. I won't own any. I'm not. Whatever. It's not FOMO either. It's not because I'm pissed off because I missed it. No, I'm not interested in it. But if you guys making money, congratulations. But if you're holding it, I will say buy some more right now if you believe in it because it's on sale. 6% down. Look at the 24-hour chart right here. 6%. Look at everything else. It's at 0, 0, 0. This is at 3.9 Doji, right? 0, 0, 4% on Chainlink, right? But pretty much it's the highest one. The two highest right now are Aptos. Uniswap's down about 6%. Near Protocol down about 5%. Here's 7% for Aptos. Aptos is the best winner right now. If I had a little dough on the side right now to buy something right now for a trade, Aptos is my number 1. Right? It's a top 50. It's still sort of low cap to mid cap. It's down the most for the 24-hour period. It's down 7.2%. It's at $5. And we looked at the price and we see the all-time high was $15. You know, that's a triple win on your money if it goes back up to all-time high. So be careful with it. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just saying that's what I would buy if I was doing a swing trade right now. That's exactly what I would buy. Arbitrum at 39 cents is a freaking steal. down 5.4%. Celestia, I know some people are into this thing. I need to do a little more research. MakerDAO at 1,800. The market's coming back, you guys, because MakerDAO's back around $2,000. That's where the market was in 2020. MakerDAO was $2,500 for one. For one MakerDAO was $2,500. Right now, MakerDAO is at $1,800, and that is a good thing to see. That shows me that the degens are back in control in the market. Thank God. This thing got so low that I thought that crypto was done. I mean, this thing went so low. Oh yeah, it got rebranded to something happened with that. By the way, I'm not convinced that something shady didn't still go down with MakerDAO, but yeah, it went down to in 2020. Okay, no, that's 2020. That's still early. But this is where I'm talking about. Yeah, it went down to freaking $600. No, right here. What's this? Boom! It went down to $500. I was like, what the hell is going on? That's 2022. It went down to $500. But yeah, it's back at $2,000. Look at this thing. This thing went up to $6,000. I mean, Jesus. You know, incredible, dude. Where else are you going to get a gain of something? When are you going to see something go from 500 to $6,000? That's 100x. That's like trading somebody a $1 bill for a $100 bill. Insane. You cannot do this anywhere else other than crypto, you guys. Wonder why we do this, even when it's boring, even when it looks like nothing's happening. It ain't that boring. Bitcoin was $3,000 less than 4 years ago. Right now, it's at $103,000. That in 4 years, this asset went up by $100,000 for one. What the hell else on earth does that? A car? No. Comic books? No. Stocks? No. No. Fucking gold doesn't even do that. Gold's only $3,000 an ounce. Gold doesn't even go up like that. Incredible. That being said, price action in particular, let me look at the total global market cap. The number to beat is 105,000. We know we need to get above 105,000 before we go ballistic, but let's take a quick look. See here. Total global looks very, very good. This is a 3-month. Holding right at 3.5, which is the level I said. Ace, do me a favor. Hand me that phone over there, please, buddy. You want to come on camera and say hi to people? All right, not right now. You let me know if you do. So total global looks good. Just grinding sideways. 2.9. You're at 3 trillion right here for the longest time. 3 trillion, boom, right? Then you took the elevator up. This was the level to beat, which was 3.2. And where are you at right now? You're at 3.4 and holding strong. Can you dip back down to, say, 3.2? Absolutely. Would it be the end of the world? No. You could go right back down here. There's a whale blip right here. It's still 3 trillion. What is this? This is 3.2 right here. That's also known as a whale blip. You get that quick of a move up and down. I mean, that's total BS manipulation right there. That's just an up trade, down trade. So yeah, that blip is right at 3.262. So could you come back down and test this level as support? Yes, very easily. Which would currently bring you down about $200 billion in the market cap. What would that bring you to? Let's see, March 2nd. Let's go to Bitcoin, see what the price of Bitcoin was on March 2nd. That's how I do. I check the date on total global, and I'll go to Bitcoin and look at March 2nd and see where the price was. This is not guaranteed, but this is pretty accurate. I use this little system to see 3.2. What did I say? March 2nd? Did I say March 2nd? I said March 2nd. I did. He wasn't listening. I'm just kidding. I talk too damn much. March 2nd. Where's March 2nd? That's March 10th. There's March 2nd. There's the dip. Actually, a little pump on March. $94,000. 84 to 94. Look at how, okay, so March 2nd, let me zoom in. Boom. March 2nd is right here. Look at that. Look at that triangle move, exact. Same pattern we just saw on Total Global. Ain't that funny? Yeah. So March 2nd was boom, right there. You had a pump up to 94. From where? March 1st was 86. So you went from 86 to 94 overnight. And then you went back to 86 on the 3rd. If that ain't manipulation, I don't know what the hell is. But my point is, if we see that bounce back down to that level on Total Global, or if that says that we could bounce and retest, then that tells me a big move, a big retest to the downside could still happen, guys. Can't take that off the table. Yes, we're at 103. I get it. But I do see something here that I do not like. I see an ascending wedge right here. And I see it rising here and right here. I see a wedgie to the upside. It's like a, let me move that mouse. It's like one of these, bless it. Trading View wasn't working a second ago. Let's see if it was. Let's see if I can get a, of course, and then it does this stupid shit. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. And no, I don't want that. What was I on? Yeah, you're gonna run into some resistance right up there. It looks like she's wanting to pump a little bit. Let me zoom back out, not on the month. Let's go to the weekly, maybe. Let's see here. Bullish pin bar right here looks good on the weekly, actually. Let's see. Let's go back to the daily. Scroll up here. Not as bad as I thought it was right there. Having a pump. Oh, that's bullish. You need to get above this candle right here, though, because you didn't finish eating this candle to the upside. So really, you need to get back above this line here to maintain this, to really make this thing roll. Trading View. Trading View sucks. I would use Thinkorswim any freaking day over Trading View. All right, so that's the level, which looks like it's about 104.8. So you need to break above that. You got to break these candles before I'm convinced. You're going to run into some resistance here because you had resistance here last time. So it's good. You close this candle. You got above this. Still want to close this. Let's see where we're at by tomorrow if we get above this level here down here too. But that's 105. I mean, that's what GMB said weeks ago. Wake me up when September ends. No, he said wake me up when we get past 105. So nothing much has changed in the last couple of weeks, you guys. We're just kind of playing that game, playing that waiting game. There you go on the 1 hour. Okay, I guess maybe it was just a 1 hour. I see the wedgie. I swear it was something different than that, though. Daily, look at that. Not a bad little move there. Let's see what we got here. If you guys have any coins you want me to look at, let me know. I'll look at them for you real quick. I'm not going to stay on extremely long. I've got 2 double headers tomorrow. Or not 2 double headers. I've got a show tomorrow for Bike Week that I got to get up early, go drive, set up, play outside in the heat for 3 hours. We just played last night. After we play tomorrow, then we got to drive an hour and go set up at night. Just set up, just so it's set up, all the gear. And then we have to drive back an hour. And then we have to go to sleep and get up early and then drive another hour the other direction. Play a gig for 3 hours. Then get in the car, drive an hour and a half back up and play another gig for 3 or 4 hours. So we have 3 shows in the next 24 to 48 hours, including setting up, breaking down, and driving multiple hours. And would be fine if I was a teenager or 20 years old. But at this age, that's very taxing. But I am looking forward to it. It's good. I'm glad we got the gigs. But anyway, that's what's going on. Bull flag-ish on the daily. Lord, my cousin just died. Just fell off the chair. I'm just kidding. He's not dead. He's okay. He just busted his ass. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, guys, I will say this: the elevator game here and then the elevator game here is definitely, it's fun. Yeah, we got to pump. Ooh-wee. This is the level I'm watching right here. If we're gonna get a retrace, guys, this is the level I'm watching right here. This level. So I look for a retrace, potentially down to this area. I'll just draw a blue box zone so that we have a bit of a range. I would draw it from here to, it's a big ass range, but I'll give you that range right here. That's my range. That's my elevator floor. And a lot of trading happened in here, right? So I wouldn't expect you to stay on this floor. Back to my elevator analogy. This floor's been worked around a lot, and it's even got some work right here. And even if you brought this floor, say, a little lower, so it's a bigger floor. Come on. Even if you brought it down here, you know, and you could bring it right there. You could say, well, this floor has been beat to death, and it has. I mean, between 93 and 97, but you knew it would be, because that's everybody looking to get out around $100,000, and everybody knew that wants to get in under 100,000. So it's just a trading of old boomers versus the new gamers coming in. That's what's going on. That floor, however, is beat to death. So I don't know. I mean, this range down here on the bear side, I still think has some potential to go. Everyone, you know, no one wanted to listen to me last time, but I did call that drop down to 77,400, whatever. I called it freaking almost to the dollar, man. And everybody said, no, we ain't going there. We ain't going that low. And we did go there. So I'm just saying, you know, I've been doing this a little while, and I've seen Bitcoin do this over the years several times. And, you know, let's not forget about this here. Let's not ignore this, because this was 69 to, let's not ignore this. Let's not pretend this didn't happen. I'm saying it's a bad thing, right? Let's pretend, though, that this wasn't a 33.9% move from, you know, down here at 93,000, and then, you know, we just miraculously happened to come down to 75. No, that's normal shit, you guys. When you skip the levels, when you go from here to here, the market owes to hit this level again, and it did, whether we wanted it to or not. And yeah, well, everyone up here was saying, no, Nick, we're never going there. And I said, we are going there because we owe it to this pump. Okay, we owe it because we never hit this floor. The market makers see this shit and they go, you know what? I'm gonna bring it down there and trade it. Now the question is, when are they going to do it? When are they going to do it, right? And thank you, Daniel, for remembering that, because, you know, I hope people pay attention, because, you know, I want you guys to call me out when I'm not doing right, or let me know when I'm doing good, because I'm not going to brag on myself. I'm just saying the point of me is not being right. The point of me is to teach what I've learned and hopefully teach you guys so that you guys become better traders, better investors, and you can learn. That's what my main goal is, to teach with this channel. Always has been. This pump right here got owed this breakdown. Now, what do we have similar? Look at this. What do you see here? That you see this move? Look at what's going on right now, guys. Look at this move here, and look at this move here. And everyone said, no, we're bull run back on. We're not for, okay, fine. You could say that, but I'm not saying that. I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna say, well, this is a nice clean move. I'm going to say right here. I'm going to say the potential is going to be right here, because I'm doing very simple TA. I'm not using Fibonacci. I ain't even using RSI. I'm using support and resistance only. And I can look at this chart and I will tell you, there is a potential on the downside to go here. The question is, I'll just draw the halfway line, which is right here, which would make sense because look where this line is, guys. Boom. I know it's a little confusing because I got lines, so let me delete. My point is, this floor here got traded the shit out of. So the market makers, if they go down, one of two things would happen, in my opinion. It won't let me delete this. I was trying to delete it. It's not going to let me delete it. One of two things would happen, guys. Let's say the market makers are up here, right? This is where the price is. If they bring it down, just delete, you bastard. All right, cool. If I want to get that gigantic arrow demonstration new, maybe that's what I want. No, that's not what I want. Demonstration arrow. I want like that big cartoony arrow. Where the hell is that? Brush. I think it's this arrow marker. There we go. Yeah, this one, so you guys can see it. Okay. All right. Whoa, shit. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is where we're at right here, right? So what I was going to say is the market makers, if they're going to bring the price down, what they would do, in my opinion, because they have options, right? If they bring the market down here, it would bounce as this resistance level becomes support, because this level in here, this range, let's just call it the floors. Let's call this floor number 1. Let's call this floor number 2, like a building. Floor number 3. Floor number 3 has been traded the shit out of, right? So that I don't see the market makers going back to this floor, because all the people that wanted to buy Bitcoin on this floor have already bought it. All the people that wanted to sell it at that level have already sold it. So why would the market makers bring it there? They wouldn't, because if nobody wants to buy and sell the coin at that price, or they've already exhausted that price, the market makers don't make any money from the trades. So this level is done, or at least the most done. So from 92,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin, bye-bye. That's done, in my opinion. This level is not done, okay? This level's still open from 87,000 to 94. And this level might have a little bit of action here, but it's going to be harder to get down there, because you see what happened when you went down there. You got a massive run up because there's just too much people wanting to buy it. So this level, I'm not going to say it's never coming back down here again, but this level, depending on the when is the question, right? Because you could go through this whole bull market and then see a $76,000 Bitcoin in the bear market after this bull market's over. You could see it go back down there again, or you could definitely see this level. But out of all these floors, floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, there's 2 scenarios I think the most likely play out. Either one, you drop down to this and you bounce, right? You bounce off of this new level here. So if we do get a drop, you bounce. Or if you get a drop, they're going to try to push it down here because they want to get some trades in on this level. Market maker wise, and manipulation wise would be the level I would watch. Just saying. And it's, $86,000 to 93,000. I mean, that's that 86 to 93 level. And that would put you almost halfway from this bottom to this top, which would be, halfway would be right around there. So this would be the downside target. Where's my upside target? God only knows. I think we need to get above this. I still think $120,000 is the upside. So just to keep it simple, first level would be right around here, 98,000 if we get a drop. If that fails, I would not say, oh, the next level is 93. I would say, if that fails, if 98,000 fails, I think the market makers would use that inertia to try to push down here to get a couple more trades in this range. And so you say, oh, well, there's no way we would go to 86 again, or 86 to 92. Okay, well, we went from 110,000 to 77,000, and nobody thought we would do that. So I'm just saying. Be aware of that. That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not saying we're going down, but I'm saying if we are, that's what I think will happen. That's my best call for you guys to the downside. But the good news is you've got a fair amount of support above this level. This is held pretty good. And this level's got massive. So, you may not see this. So because of all this trading here, you may not get that drop down there. It just depends on what they want to do. And again, the honey badger does what she wants. If she decides tomorrow, this is a bullish candle here. This is bullish here. So I'm not going to say we're out of the woods to pump to $120,000 either. You just don't know. I'm just saying have a plan either way. And my downside plan was what I just showed you. My upside plan is potentially this breakout leading us to $120,000. Though in the short term, if I had to measure, I would take the bottom of this line here. Boom. I measure that flagpole. I'd extrapolate that. That's all I'm doing, guys. I measure the flagpole and I move it to the breakout. And that gives you $113,000 Bitcoin on this flagpole if this plays out. That brings you up to 113 instead of 120. So yeah, that's my upside is 113 on a breakout, 98 on a breakdown. If 98 fails, I think the market makers take us down to that level. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up for tonight, guys. I'm not going to stay on much longer. Daniel, you have a good night. Hex, you have a good night. Again, Wes will be back when he's back. You guys, part of this is the shit. Remove. Go full screen. Boom. Part of this reason we got into crypto is so that you have more time to do what you want to do. You have more time to spend with your family, with your girl, with whoever, right? But hit follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will be back Monday nights and Thursday nights. And we're doing a little later now. Instead of the 7 p.m. crap, we're streaming a little later. So, yeah, make sure you guys jump on the like button for us. We appreciate it. And I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. Daniel, you have a good night. Love you guys. Make sure you come back. We will be doing it again on Monday night. Let me roll the outro. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.